In the vast silence created by your absence, your person finds themselves consumed by a profound and unshakable sorrow. The emotional energy surrounding them is so heavy and intense that it clings to the air, like a thick fog of longing and desire. It's more than just missing you, it's an ache that pulses through every part of their being. The energy is magnetic, almost tangible in its sensuality, stirring memories, emotions, and desires that are as raw as they are overwhelming. They don't just miss you, they yearn for you in the deepest way imaginable. Mentally, you occupy every corner of their thoughts. Conversations shared, the laughter, the debates, the intellectual and emotional intimacy you once offered, it all replays endlessly in their mind like a sacred melody. Emotionally, they are drowning in waves of longing. Their heart aches for the comfort of your presence, for the emotional connection that once made them feel truly alive. And physically, they crave your touch. The memory of your embrace, the simple nearness of your body beside theirs, nothing else compares, nothing else soothes. Alone in their solitude, they whisper silent prayers into the night. Prayers for another chance. Hopes born from desperation, hopes that somehow, by grace or fate, they might find a way back to you. But alongside this hope lies an agonizing fear, the fear that they may have lost you forever. That fear has only grown stronger with the crushing realization that their own arrogance, their own prideful mistakes, are what led to this separation. It's their actions, or lack thereof, that pushed you away. They remember how, in the past, they were quick to judge you. Quick to critique your actions and question your choices, never once seeing their own faults. Now, the roles have reversed. They sit in silence, painfully aware of how they treated you, aware of their coldness, their dismissiveness, the disrespect they once showed. And now, with eyes wide open, they see clearly how deeply they wronged you. Regret eats away at them like a slow fire. They know you've moved on, or at least, they feel that you are no longer willing to entertain the cycles of manipulation and dishonesty they once brought into your life. They know that you've grown weary of always being the one to reach out first, to initiate conversations, to fix what they repeatedly broke. And now, they understand, if they ever hope to be part of your life again, it must be with truth, with vulnerability, and with total honesty. No more masks. No more games. Your person watches you now from afar, silently, attentively. They observe your life, your interactions, your triumphs. And with every new milestone you reach, their regret deepens. They want to speak, to reach out, but they know you're not going to be the one to break the silence this time. You've reclaimed your power. You've drawn your boundaries. And now the responsibility to repair the damage rests squarely on their shoulders. Beloved, now more than ever, it's time to turn inward. Focus not on the weight of their absence, but on the brilliance of your own becoming. Continue to rise. Continue to evolve. Keep building yourself into the version of you that you've always aspired to be. Let them feel the emptiness of their choices. Let them see, without words, just how far you've come. And if, when they return, let it be with authentic love and sincere intentions. Let it be without pretense, without illusion. Right now, they are experiencing the emptiness of regret in its rawest form. They miss you deeply. They're grieving the loss of the connection that once brought them light. They realize how they pushed you away, and now, they're willing to make amends. But the power lies with you. You have the choice, the sacred right, to decide if they are worthy of entering your life again. And whatever choice you make it rooted in self-love, in your peace, in your happiness. You owe yourself nothing less. There's something that lingers in the back of their mind constantly, the wish that they had the wisdom back then that they now carry. It's a feeling that most of us know too well, the sting of hindsight, the if only I had known. Life is a journey of lessons, of transformation, and with every misstep comes growth. But among all the lessons and people they've encountered, there is one presence that remains unforgettable: you. You were the one who showed them a mirror. Who woke them up. Who gave them a glimpse of who they truly were, and who they had the potential to become. And there was a moment that changed everything, a moment they'll never forget. The day they walked away, fully expecting you to follow, to plead, to pull them back. But you didn't. You let them go. And that shook them to their core. They had always believed you would chase them. But your silence, your refusal to beg for their return, sent a louder message than any words ever could. It was a wake-up call, a painful reminder that actions have consequences. Now, they look back and see the time that was wasted. Moments that could have been filled with love, with growth, with connection. Instead, they sat in silence, in avoidance, letting ego and fear guide their steps. The silence between you now is deafening, and they find themselves aching to break it. To return to the place where your love once wrapped them in warmth. They accept full responsibility for how their poor choices affected your relationship. They know they hurt you. They know they failed to protect what was sacred. But even with the distance between you, they want you to know this: you never left their heart. No matter the silence, no matter the time, your presence still lives in them, quietly, powerfully. You may not have seen it, but behind the scenes, they've been changing. They've been working tirelessly on themselves, their life, their inner wounds. They've been confronting their shadows, choosing growth, and striving to be someone worthy of your love. They want you to believe that the pain, the cycle of suffering, can end. They hold on to hope that your love still has the strength to endure, to heal, and to thrive once more. Memories of you bring a flood of joy. Those shared moments, those glimpses of happiness, they're treasures now. And in those memories, they find hope. Hope that maybe, just maybe, you'll find your way back to one another. They are manifesting you with all their heart. Sending energy into the universe, praying that your souls will align once more. They are dreaming of rekindling the love you once shared, of a future free of fear, of barriers, of pain. And in this grand, ever-changing journey of life, one thing remains constant: transformation. And you've transformed in the most radiant way. Your person sees it. They see how you've evolved, how you've flourished. You're no longer who you once were. You've shed the layers of insecurity and emerged as a beacon of strength, of beauty, of confidence. This change, this rebirth, it has captivated them. You shine brighter now, and your light has become impossible to ignore. No longer trapped by self-doubt or the need for validation, you have stepped into your power. You no longer chase love, you embody it. Your energy commands respect, and your boundaries are firm. You've embraced your worth, and in doing so, you've become a high-value soul, magnetic in your presence and energy. Once, you gave them your whole heart without boundaries. You loved purely, selflessly. But they didn't recognize its worth. They took it for granted. Left you with a heart in pieces. But that pain? It became your catalyst. That heartbreak became your turning point. From the ashes, you rose, more resilient, more powerful, more aligned with your truth. You turned pain into purpose, loss into liberation. And now, your transformation speaks louder than any words ever could. Your success, your growth, your peace, it draws them back in. The very person who once ignored your love now finds themselves mesmerized by your strength. They see what they lost. And they ache for it. They deeply regret not revealing their heart to you earlier. From the first moment they met you, they were struck, overwhelmed by the feeling that you were special, that you were the one. But fear held them back. You seemed too perfect, too real. And in their fear of future pain, they guarded their heart. They ghosted you, not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know how to handle the intensity of what they felt. They thought stepping away might heal what was broken. They didn't realize that their absence would cause more damage. They never stopped loving you. In fact, your love is what gave them the strength to begin healing their own wounds. Lately, however, that strength is tested. They sense you slipping away. They feel the energetic pull weakening. And it scares them. The thought of losing your connection consumes them. It hurts deeply. And so they send messages through the ether, silent love notes in the 5D, hoping you'll receive them, feel them. They believe you were sent into their life for a divine purpose, to awaken them, to help them heal. You were their angel. And the thought of losing that miracle? It's unbearable. They fear it's too late. That maybe you've moved on. Maybe your heart has begun to beat for someone else. But still, they hold on to hope. They are not giving up. They're making their way back to you, slowly but surely. With every step, they send you love, prayers, energy, hoping you'll feel it. Hoping you'll wait.